Hi guys, it's Katie and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be sharing yarn storage ideas for small spaces. So if you guys are interested in seeing more craft, crochet, or business videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and turn on the post notification bell. That way you know every single time I upload a brand new video. And if you do enjoy this video at any point, please do give it a big thumbs up. As normal with all of the videos I do, any sort of products that I'm recommending to you guys will be included in the description box down below for you. And with that, let's get straight into this. So if you've seen any of my yarn organization videos in the past, then you'll know that I store my yarn in multiple different ways. So the main way is through bins, and I normally get my storage bins from Big Lots, and they look sort of like this, but pretty much any storage bin will work. And I have a space above my closet area that is meant for storage, and then I can just get a small little step stool out and grab it whenever I need that yarn. But that is the main way that I store yarn, and I do have two bins up in that area that are full of yarn. And now, of course, not everybody is going to have an option like that where they have an area above their closet or somewhere that they can store these bins. So another idea for you is under the bed storage. I also have a bin that looks like this, and it has wheels on the bottom and it's very thin, and that storage bin goes underneath my bed, and that is where I keep the yarns that I use most often. That way they are easily accessible for me whenever I need to use them. So this is another great idea in my opinion, and it works really well for under the bed storage. Even if you want to use it for like shoes or any type of storage, it works really well. And it's really easy to just slide out from underneath your bed because there's wheels on the bottom of it. Like I said, the majority of my storage bins do come from Big Lots, especially when they have like back to school time, where they have a lot of storage bins for like college dorm rooms and stuff. Now, I also do have a couple other things that I use, which I don't talk about as often on this channel, but I also have other bins that go under my bed, and these bins look like this. And I don't store yarn in them as much, but you could store yarn in them. But I usually use these bins to store projects that I am currently working on, or projects that I kind of haven't worked on in a really long time. So any sort of projects that I have kind of either given up on or just haven't worked on in a while, I store in bins like this. And if there's only a little bit of yarn left, then I will store it with these projects. If not, then I will just cut the yarn and put these projects under my bed for the time being until I'm either inspired to come back to them, or I might use them as like scrap yarn and undo them or something like that if I never come back to the project. But either way, I do keep projects that I have not necessarily finished. Even if I do think I'm not going to finish them at any point, I do keep them because I could use it as scrap yarn or something like that. So another storage method that I also personally use is a little rolly cart. And now this is what mine looks like, and it is super convenient. I'm pretty sure mine came from Michael's, but they have these types of things everywhere. I also have another one that I keep in my bathroom for like hair stuff, and that one came from Home Goods, I'm pretty sure. But they sell them in a lot of different places, and I tend to keep projects that I am currently working on the bottom shelf, and then the middle shelf is a lot of miscellaneous things like yarn needles and safety eyes that I use for stuffed animals and different kinds of stuff like that. And then the top shelf is where I keep my yarn bag and some yarns that I've kind of bought recently that haven't been put away yet is kind of what I keep there. And speaking of yarn bag, that is another storage idea. So this is the yarn bag that I have, and it came from Amazon, and this yarn bag is really super convenient. There are pockets on the front that you can keep stitch counters, stitch markers, tape measures, crochet hooks, all kinds of stuff in these front pockets. And then in the actual bag, you can store yarn. What I typically do is store my basic colors in there. So I have a black, a white, and a gray normally in there. and then kind of whatever color I'm using at the moment. So if I'm making something for like Valentine's Day, maybe I'll keep a red in there, or something for Halloween, maybe I'll keep orange in there, that type of thing. And that way, if I'm going somewhere, obviously when I'm not driving, but if I'm going somewhere and my parents are driving and I'm kind of rushing out of the house and I don't know what I want to make, I can take that with me, and it has all of my basic colors in there, as well as like one sort of seasonal color. So that is what I typically do with that, and it works really well for on-the-go storage as well. And there is a strap because of course it's a bag, and there are also holes on the top so you can feed the yarn through the bag as well, so you don't even have to take the yarn out of the bag to use it. So it is really super convenient. So the final kind of storage thing that I personally use that I would like to mention is this little set of drawers. Now this set of drawers I keep on my desk, which is right next to my bed, and in it I keep crochet hooks, yarn needles, stitch counters, stitch markers, like all kinds of stuff that I might need as I'm crocheting, but I don't want to have to get up out of my bed when I'm crocheting in bed. So this is something that really works well and is super convenient. And you can kind of just put this anywhere. If you crochet in bed, you can put it on your nightstand. If you crochet on the couch, you can put it on your side table, whatever the case is. But I really do like this. And I got this from Tuesday Morning a little while back, but it does work really super well. And it's just a small one. For perspective, it's probably like that big, maybe, and like that wide. It's pretty small. It's not like a huge organizer, which is really great for what I need it for. And of course, if I can't find anything that is exactly what I purchased, I will link whatever I can find that is as similar as possible in the description box. So now on to some storage ideas that I personally don't use, but I do think they would work well for other people depending on your situation. So a lot of people that I have seen actually put their yarn out as like a decor piece or a display if they're in a small space especially. So if you want to use a shelf like this, you could easily fill it up with yarn, and it would work well if you have a second shelf on top, which you can't really see from this video, but there's one shelf here and then one on top. And this bottom shelf I think would look really cool with yarn like filled within it and then kind of like shoved in between the two shelves. I think that would work really well, especially to keep the yarn in, because you don't want it like falling off the sides, of course. And I also have some shelves like this in my bedroom that I've also thought about doing that with. And I just need to get rid of like some books and stuff that I have on that shelf. But I do think it's a really cool way to not only display your yarn, but also it could be in a really convenient location. Like if I do it in the one in my bedroom, it's like right next to my bed, the shelves, so I could grab the yarn from where I'm sitting and crocheting. So another idea that I've seen a lot of different people use is bookshelves to store their yarn. And again, this is kind of like the shelves where it's more or less used to display the yarn, and I think that is really super cool. Again, especially if you like organize it by color and everything, it will look super cool as a decor thing. And I think it just works really well as well. It'll kind of look like you have a miniature yarn shop in your house if you use a bookshelf to display your yarn. So I do think that would be pretty cool. So there's also these little cubbies, which I'm pretty sure are meant for like shoes, but you could use these to put yarn in, and I do think that would be a super cool idea as well. And it would be just like a bookshelf kind of, but in like a smaller scale than a bookshelf, and I do think it could look really cool with yarn in it as well. And they do also sell these things, which are like little shelves that have pieces that poke out that you slide the yarn onto, and I think these are super cool as well. And this would be a really cool investment, especially if you have like a craft room. So this idea may not be the best idea for a storage area if you have a small space, but you could get one of these that is small. Just make sure you read the product description. And if you do find one that's small, you could like set it on top of a desk or something, and that would work if you're in a small space. But even if you're not in a small space, I think this could be a cool idea as another way to kind of display your yarn instead of just like shoving it under your bed or something. Now another idea for under your bed is they have these little like fabric storage things, and they have like little clear zippers and stuff. And getting something that's clear is definitely super useful as well. So whether you get storage bins or this thing, you definitely want to get something that's clear, because if you do get something that's clear, then you don't have to open it every time to see what yarn you have in it. You can just see through it, and then if you know the yarn that you want is in there, you can open it. If it's not in there, then you can go on to the next bin and find the yarn that you're looking for. I've also seen people use these for shoe storage, but I do think it's a great idea for yarn as well. And again, it'd be something that's pretty easy to slide in and out from under your bed or like under a desk or whatever your storage situation is. Now my final idea is like a hanging shelf thing, which you can hang inside your closet, which a lot of people use this type of thing for shoes as well. I'm finding that a lot of stuff that is used for shoes can also be used for yarn storage, so pro tip there. But you could easily use these to hang inside your closet and store yarn in, and I do think it would be a pretty cool way to store yarn, especially if you are in a pretty small space and maybe you have like an extra linen closet in your small apartment, or just an extra space in your regular closet that you have not as many clothes packed in or something like that. Then you could use this idea as well. Okay, you guys, so I hope you have enjoyed seeing this video of yarn storage ideas, and I hope that this has helped you figure out how to store your yarn even if you have a small space to store it. If you did enjoy this video and if it was helpful for you guys, please do give it a big thumbs up. And if you guys do want to see more craft, crochet, or business videos from me, make sure you hit the subscribe button down below and turn on the post notification bell. That way you know every single time I upload a brand new video. And as I said at the beginning, all of the items that I talked about will be linked in the description box down below. That way you can purchase some of these things if you are interested. And if you guys do want to see more from me, you can check out more videos of mine, my social medias, my Etsy shop, my blog, and my brand new podcast. All of that is always included in the description box down below. And with all of that, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!